Good morning YouTube, so I'm back here with another video, and today we're taking a look at Nikilith, or Nikki as we like to call her in short. And I've been testing her for a few days, and now it is finally time for me to actually build her. And I thought it could be funny if we would build her together in this video here to see how she can become. Now, as you see on your screen right now, I have her at exclusive 0. But I've also have a few copies here. Actually, I have one copy only, so I can make her exclusive 1 at the moment. And I will pull the exclusive 2, and then I'll just purchase the exclusive 3 from the trio match next week here, or this week here. Okay. Anyways, let's get on with the video here. So Nikki is apparently a bit bugged at the moment. I've already said this in 2 other videos, but I'm just telling it here in the 3rd video. Because if you're watching this in the future, maybe a year from now or something like that, and you're wanting to see how she is at exclusive 0, just know that the information you see in this video here is from a time where she was bugged. We don't know if she's going to be fixed. We don't know if they maybe change her entire kit or what they're going to do with her, or if they will do anything. I don't know. We'll know next week, I guess. But the bug at the moment is that the passive effect here, this one here where she increases all allies damage by a percentage of her self-initial tenacity, it's not working. And the same with the aura here, or the echo, sorry. This skill damage reduction part down here, it's not working either, okay? And I will be doing a separate video on this issue here later today that I will be sharing with the developers or the community managers, and hopefully they can see it by themselves that there is something wrong, okay? So hopefully that makes it fixer, because like if you don't have this ability here and she does not have the echo one, well, then she's very weak, okay? And that might be why people feel like she's very weak, because the rest of her kit is kind of not good. It's only the exclusive 3 where she gets the double turn for people that is super strong. Anyways, moving on here. So for the stat department, for sure, what you want to do is get Nikki to 120% tenacity. 120% tenacity is the cap, is the one where she gets the full benefit of this passive here and the echo, okay? So 120 tenacity is the best, is the one you should go for. It's cap that you should go for, okay? And how can you get tenacity? Well, you can get it from Sanctuary. Like if you have a Sanctuary here, you can get up to 50% tenacity from the Sanctuary. You can also get a 30% tenacity from her echo. So I would advise everyone to pull 1 copy of her echo if you can. This one here, and just max it, because this is currently the only legendary echo with tenacity as a main stat. So that's a 30% tenacity right there. So this, and then the Sanctuary is already 80%. And then you can also get some tenacity from, I think it's down here, yeah, 50% from the emblems. And then you can get obviously from blessings and from gear. So if you are early game or mid game and you don't have the Sanctuary maxed, then you will have to do a combination of blessings and some gear. And the best gear for her at the moment is this new set here, the firm set. This one is the best that you can give her. It has speed, which is good, tenacity and mastery rest. This is the best. So if you have good stats on this set here, that's the absolute best set for her. Now the second best set for her is this one here, the tough set, which also gives her 20% tenacity. Now if you are end game and you already have the 120% tenacity without gear, without set bonuses I mean, then you should go for speed set. Speed set, or the one with the speed and the like the feather set here, speed and HP, you can go for that. Or you can even go and do, if you have very good gear, then you can also obviously spec her with damage. So go for some mastery, go for some HP, but I've tested her already, a sneak peek a bit, and she's not doing a lot of damage. So she is definitely a support, and you should build her as a support. So basically, in short, 120% tenacity. How you get that is up to you. And then you just need to stack the speed. Now the HP part is also very nice on her, but it doesn't really do anything. Like these percentages here that she is doing damage is not high enough. It's on par with someone like Blaze or Willa even. Let me just show you an example here. If you take Blaze for example, Blaze also has, look at this here, 20% of her max HP. I know it does not ignore defense because it's not bleed damage, but you can see here clearly here like 15% of her HP is not a lot. Now if you go and look at someone like Willa maybe, this is considered as HP burning, 10% of her HP. And it's the same as 10% of bleed damage basically. So and Mawilla doesn't do any damage, right? You don't gear Mawilla for damage, so you should not gear Nikilith for damage either. So that is what you should take from that, okay? So spec curve as support, 120% tenacity, maximum speed, and all the HP that you can get. Now, if we're talking about the HP that you can get for free, basically it's just for her shielding here. 60% shield, which is kind of weak because it's only up for 2 turns and you have a 4-turn cooldown, and you cannot increase or decrease the cooldown of this skill here. So what happens is that you will have 2 turns all the time where there is no protection on your team, no shielding or no nothing. So I think the shield should have been a 3-turn shield. That would have been much better. 2 turn is not enough. Like it goes very fast away and you cannot decrease it or anything, okay? So yeah, that's actually not very good. So just ignore the HP if you ask me. Anyways, so speed, tenacity, that is what you want to go for. And talking about her base stats here, just a quick note on that. You can see her base stats is like that. She actually starts with a very high HP and she has the exact same template as Apsara. So if you look at Apsara up here, and look at the speed. Now if we say that we are going to do her a 180, that means we are adding 60 speed, so she'll be at 1130, and that is exactly what Apsara has in speed. So the HP will go to 228 as well, because this is the same template that Apsara has, that Nikilith has. So this is the base stats at level 180 on Nikki, and I think that's good. I think that's good. You could still go and do her 180 if you want, but it would mostly be for the speed anyway, so you might not need to do the experience dust on her. You can just use the lamps and then get her the 60 speed, right? That would be enough. I get BT6, but don't do 180, could also be an idea. And then you can use your experience dust on someone else that might need the stats more. Okay, anyways, moving on. So for Arcane gems in the future, definitely go with something that is passive, and the reason is that her S2 here, it has a 0-turn cooldown, so you will be spamming this one here just like Big Jack or Jack and Roll, whatever you want to call him, is spamming his S2. Then she will also be able to spam her S2. So basically she'll never use a basic, but she'll use it with precision attack, so that's fine. But yeah, you should consider just giving her a passive ability, Arcane gem, because she won't have any good use of it if it's an active skill, because she's gonna spam that one, okay? And very nice. So obviously Echo, the best Echo for her is her own Echo here, and I will be equipping it later, but just for this video here I'm not equipped it yet. And for the aura here, if you ask me, if you are end game player and you just want the best of the best, you would go with Arena Dominator for Arena, and then you would either go with, you could also go with Heart of Protection, but it's very expensive, but let's just pretend you don't have any issues with that. Then this one will definitely be the best, and then I will go with Arena Dominator. And then my choice, which I'm going to go with, is the Skill Master Aura. This one will work for both PvE and PvP, and it will boost the damage of the team. She will be spamming her S2 and her S4, so she'll always be doing an active skill. She'll never do her basic attack, so basically she'll always use this, so 100% uptime on this. And I think it just complements her kit very nice to have this one here. And since I never win any speed battles anyways in high-end PvP, then I might as well just go for the Skill Master, so that she can also do a little bit of extra damage buffing in PvE. So that is what I'm going to do with. Now, if you only have enough for the, if you're only going to go with the purple one, you can go with Master Research for the rest of the team, or you can go with the Speed Mark Aura here, might be the best. You could also go with the Recovery Horn, that would also work, since she has a very high initial base HP. She will be ending up at a pretty good HP, and 9% of that could be pretty good after casting active skills, and as I said, she's gonna spam her S2, so she'll be proccing 9% HP healing actually every time she has a turn, which is quite good actually, especially if you get some healing effect on the gear by default or by chance, and then all of a sudden she's actually healing for quite a bit as well. So I think Recovery Horn could be a pretty good contender for early and mid game for sure. Now that is the aura. Now the blessings, I would go with speed in the first slot here, speed, and then I would go with, doesn't really matter in the middle here, and then the last slot definitely tenacity in the last one. So emblems, let's do the emblems together. She's a support hero and she needs speed, so we're gonna aim for the speed down here, and we're gonna take the defense tree as the secondary tree. So I think here she doesn't need any effect hit though. So okay, one second. We need to do her emblems here. I forgot to do that. I'm such a let's see here. So just do like this here. Okay, so now let me just go and get some more stamina here. So 1 second, guys. Sorry. So okay, so good. Now let's go back and give her some emblems. She is a support hero, so we want to go with HP for sure here. She doesn't need effect hit. She already have 100% effect hit chance on her skills, so it doesn't, on her debuffs, so it doesn't matter. This one is nice. When she has a shield, she takes less damage. I would go with that. And let me just see in this row here. Yeah, I think she also has a shielding effect, so we're gonna go with this one here to boost her shield effect a bit, so she can heal shield a bit more. And then obviously here we want to go with well, we're gonna go with this one here. Shield is nice, and then we're gonna go with a so this one here doesn't work on her S4, so we're gonna ignore that one because there's no cooldown on her S2, so this one would be totally not worth it. So instead we're gonna go with we're gonna take 2 over here. We're gonna take the damage reduction and the tenacity, so we have only 1 slot here. And I'm gonna go with the turn meter reduction here because she's not immune to turn meter reduction, and we need this in PvP. So I think this one is the best here for that. And then down here doesn't really matter too much anyways. We can go with this one here, it would work, or we can go with this one here. I'm gonna go with this one here too. Actually, she's cleansing all debuffs and her S4, so this one might be not worth it. We're just gonna go with some speed here, I think. Alright, and then we're gonna go with speed here in the last slot, and up here gonna go with resist. She is immune to CC, but not immune to the rest of the like the stuff here. And we're gonna go with dot damage received because a lot of bleed, poison, and whatever HP burning in PP, so that's very nice. And here we can take 2. So we're gonna go with this one here. This one here is just for healing. She's not really healing, so, and nobody should die, but whatever. All damage done, taking that, and then the 15% tenacity is very nice. And down here, let's see here, this one here, 9% when the turn ends. I think we're gonna go with that. Or should we go with some of these here? Because she is a bit squishy, I think, so we're taking this one here, 9% less damage taken from the beginning, and then we're gonna go with this one here also, which is good. Okay, so that's how I will do her. I'd make her like this. You can remove this one here and then take this one here if you feel like that instead. That might be good also, but I just think that when, like, she'll heal herself a little bit there, right? So I think that's nice. So that is the emblems done. That is how I would do it. Gonna leave it here so you can take a screenshot or whatever and do it if you feel like you want to do the same as me. And that's it then. So now we need to gear her. And the aim here is to get a lot of speed. Since there is no tenacity on substats, then you can only get it from the main stats. And as I said, if you are early or mid game, you definitely want to do the sets here. But I'm end game player. My sanctuary is maxed, so for me, what I'm going to do is put her echo on here, and I've maxed it to 30. And you can see here just from the echo, the blessings, the emblem, sorry, and the sanctuary, I am at 95% tenacity, and I just need 120, so I need 25% more. So what I could do is I could actually go and get a tenacity, you can see here that I have this one here, only cost me 100 to move it, Not too bad, 15% there, and then we could take this one here with 40. So that would be almost 30 tenacity just from these two here that I've put on these two. And you can see here my gems is not even good. Like, it's nothing paid to win here in these gems here, but I can just put these two on and I would actually be fine in the tenacity department. Okay, so yeah, I think you know what, let's do that. That is what we're gonna do. Okay, so now that is done. We did use 400 gems on that, but whatever. So now my tenacity now is at 124.6%, so it's above the 120% tenacity that I wanted. So now I can focus on just giving her speed, and then whatever HP that she's getting along with the speed would be nice. Okay, that's the plan here. And if you are wondering why only 124, why 120? Sorry, it is because this is the cap for getting this one here. And then some people are saying, yeah, what about the exclusive one down here? It's stealing tenacity and stuff like that. Won't I lose damage and survivability then in game from this one here? And the very short answer is no, because the thing is that this swap here says initial tenacity. Now the echo says the same. It also says initial tenacity among allies, and initial tenacity means the stats that you see on your screen here before the battle. So it doesn't matter what happens in game. It's not going to like do another re-evaluation of the stat. If you have the most tenacity when the fight starts, then doesn't matter what happens in game. If you get the tenacity buff from Panda, you get a tenacity debuff from someone, it doesn't matter. So the exclusive one here, it actually doesn't matter when you gear. It's just something that happens. Okay, so if you're up against other Nikkis and it's a mirror match, well, obviously you're going to trade tenacity back and forth, but it doesn't really matter in the majority of it, because on all the other heroes you're not really equipping tenacity on them, right? You're not going out of your way to give them tenacity. So why would you go out of your way to give Nikki tenacity? Do you get what I mean? Because it doesn't really matter above 120%. So because it's just something that happens in game, but it doesn't matter yeah, so yeah, I hope you understand what I'm meaning. So 120% tenacity is all you want, and then you just want speed and all that. So let's do that. Let's go for some speed here, and we're gonna go speed on the main stat here, and let's see if we have someone with speed and HP here. And we have, let's see here, we do have a few here actually. This one here has a lot of HP, good, nice, but it doesn't really matter as much. As I said, it doesn't really matter too much. So could be something like this here. No, this one can't be upgraded, it's not a legendary. It could be something simple like this one here. So we put this one on here and we can just put a mythic stone on it and it would be fine. Now for this one here, it doesn't really matter either, but the stats here, we just want something with speed. So how I normally do it is just click speed here, because the stat that you choose the first is the one that it will convert. It will try to fill the throw first. Like if you go speed and HP, it's going to look for items with high speed, then HP. If you're going to go the other way, like this here, it's going to look for HP first and then speed. So basically just click speed and see what we can have. Obviously we're not gonna take gear from a Giselle or something like that, and it's going to filter it mythic, legendary, epic, whatever, and then from plus 16, plus 12 and stuff like that. So for example, this one here from Pauper, I don't really use Pauper anymore any place, so I think we could easily take, yeah, let's just take this one from Pauper here. It doesn't really matter, so we're going to take that one from Pauper, and then we're going to do the same here with the speed part here, and see 121, 122. So I got this one here with HP as a main stat, and we can level it up. It's quite good, so let's take that. So that is how I gear. Just go and look for stuff here and just put it on. And you can also see here the speed is almost 2k, and we haven't even used the mythic one on this one here yet. So you're gonna use mythic here, click this one here, and we got some effect res. It's okay, it doesn't matter too much. Obviously I would have preferred healing HP, but it's okay. So now we have the 2000 here. And now all we want to do is give her a pair of speed boots here with HP rate, and that's it. So we can take a look at this gear here to see if we got anything interesting. Now, Ben Austin, I'm not really using anymore either, so we could take these boots here. That would be kind of good, but can we then find another piece with some speed on it from the same set? That is like one of the issues, obviously, but we can see here what we have. Maybe his Sonya, we don't use it now. You can see here I actually filter it by speed, and then one of the best one it gives me is 31, which is yeah, that sucks, right? So that is why I don't really care about speed too much, because I've been very unlucky with speed rolls on my gear, and it doesn't really matter because you can't keep up with people getting good rolls anyways, right? So just look at your gear, see if you can find something that is interesting, try to roll it up a few times, see if you hit speed or something interesting stats. Now this one here could look interesting, but obviously again, like, just see if you hit speed a few times. If you don't, then yeah, whatever, right? And you can see here how unlucky I am. I never hit speed, so doesn't really matter too much. If I hit speed, then I just go to 12, and if I don't hit it, then yeah, it is what it is. But you can see overall my speed rolls on that gear is pretty low. So I would just go back and forth in my gear, find some pieces, and then put them on. Now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pause the video, and then I'm gonna use some time to try and min-max her gear, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm just unpausing the video here while I am trying to find gear for her and leveling gear up here. I actually managed to make this epic piece into this kind of crazy stance here, so I kind of just wanted to show that is crazy. I started at 0 and I just hit like 3 in a row, and then I don't know what happened. This is one of my best items now, speed wise, on my account, so yeah, let's just continue. Alright guys, so I'm back here and I finally found some gear for her. Let's take a look at her gear now. It looks like this. I did mythic a few pieces here to try and get more speed on them, like this one here, for example. I wanted the speed roll here. I don't actually have anything better than this on my account. I would have preferred to get some with the HP rate substance, but this one will have to do for now. So that is what we can do. Also, these boots here, they can easily, well, not easily, but they can be replaced in the future with some boots with HP rate on the substance. That would be better. And I think this weapon here also, if you find any weapon from the firm set with decent speed, and then these 3 stats up here can easily be replaced with something a bit more relevant for Nikki here. Now the chest piece also, we can easily find something with more speed, but unfortunately, well, I also have some of my good gear on my other heroes, so we have to do with what we can, right? And this ring here actually turned out pretty decent, I think, also from my perspective. So I think overall I'm pretty okay, happy with this one. Now, as you can see here, I've gone and done a half of a firm set and half of a speed set, and I've actually overcapped her tenacity. So now my tenacity is 144 instead of 120. And it's just to show you guys that you can use gear, you can use blessings, you can do whatever you want, okay? And yeah, this is just how I'm gonna do it, so don't worry about it. You can do something similar, I guess, with gear and stuff like that. So the speed here, 2008, 48 here. This is before we break through her. I am going to break through her and get her to BT6 here. Let's just do that on video. Now we want to do this here to give her the 60 extra speed, because she wanna have the speed. She is a support hero. She looks like a tank with her artwork, and she was a tank to begin with, but for some reason they changed it to support. And I believe we should just think about her as a support hero. That is how we should think about her, okay? So you want to just maximize the speed. So I'm giving her 60 more speed. Now, she is quite squishy, actually. I don't have, like, she has very high HP base stats, so that's great. But on my items, at least, I did not get a lot of HP rolls. You can see here 11%, nothing, nothing, 15%, nothing, 9%, nothing. Okay, so not a lot of HP rate rolls on my gear at the moment, which is also why her HP is actually quite low here. I think around 700k. Well, it's low if she was a tank, but if you look at someone like Apsara, she has a lot higher HP, but that is also part to her Echo having the HP rate on the main stat here is a lot of extra HP, and obviously this one helps a lot. Also 22, and she is 180 in level, so that helps as well, right? Now power wise, one of the easiest ways to get power in this game is just to give the heroes more HP. So let's find our Nikki. What did Nikki go? Oh yeah, we BT6 her, so she's up here now. Right, so you can see her power is not that high, but it is what it is. Now I'm gonna do something that you guys can always consider if you want to do, or if you don't want to do, and that is using the experience dust on her. And I'll just do this here on a video just to, yeah, I just want her at 180 to get that extra HP stats here. It's not really necessary to do this, and you can see here I'm using all my XP dust here almost to get her to 180. It's just to show how she can look at max level, and obviously you guys don't have to do that on your characters, and I will probably advise you to not do it. You should use it on someone else, like for example me. I also need to do it on Anti and stuff like that, because he actually could benefit from the attack stat a lot more. But this is how her stats looks like now at 180 with what I would prefer to call a pretty decent gear for my level. And I don't think I can do much more with her gear at the moment, because gear is hard to come by, and this is what we will have to like, well, be contemporary with at the moment. Okay, so anyways, the video is getting pretty long, but it's also a new hero and a lot of things we need to talk about. Now she's 180, you can see here almost 800k HP, and obviously she's going to get 20% more in battle here, which is also quite nice, I guess. So yeah, that also one of the reasons you could go for HP is just to make her a bit more tanky. I think the speed here is actually quite nice. 2900 speed I think is okay for her. And she will be one of my fastest heroes. I think she's actually faster than my... She's 4 speed less than my Big Jack. So that is perfect probably in the future. Going on in the future. Okay, so we can easily fix that. And remember guys, we haven't given her any speed blessings yet. And she's not E5. So that's another 200 speed. So she can be around 3100 speed quite easily if you just go for that. So let's go and do an aura on her, and I am going to do the skill master aura here. So we need a rune 2, so let's go get rune 2 here. Let's just go and get rune 2. We can convert. You know what, I'm just gonna do this here. I can't be asked. Let's just do one of these here. We get 10 of those, and it should be fine. So let's go and pick an aura for her. And we're going to go with the Skill Master Aura. I like this one here for her. It's very nice. So, very nice. Now we can level it up also a bit here and give her extra stats. So now she is above 800k. And obviously we're going to max that aura over time using our boxes and stuff like that. And we're going to get that 27% extra damage. I'm not gonna do any more about my blessings right now, not on video, doesn't matter. Let's get into some gameplay, guys. It's been like a half an hour and we haven't even shown any gameplay yet, so kind of crazy. Now, first of all, I want to have her do faction abuse here. I am stuck at 20, but I've done everything here, but I cannot consistently rate these things here. Like, I cannot do 3 rates here, and well, okay, good, but let's just show a few more here. 5, for example. I cannot do 5. I cannot do... I just want it to be 100% consistent. Okay, so let's see who we can replace in this team here. Now, if we remove someone like... I think maybe we can remove Penny. You know what? Let's just remove Penny here to see what happens. Put Nikki in and then see a run here. See what happens. Let's see what happens, guys. If she cannot help in faction abuse, then everything is not good. Okay, so... let's see what happens here. Now we put Nikki in the faction abuse 30 here, and we know because we just did a skip run that she is capable of helping. We can't do 30 without her, so let's see. Obviously this one should be a bit more consistent, especially with the Echo also reducing 43% skill damage, but obviously it's not working, I think, at the moment. But we will have to see about that. You can see the golden aura buff there, looking like a shield with some stuff on the sides. That is the buff from the Echo, and the purple one that she sometimes puts is from the is from the passive. So let's see here. She starts out with this one here. I'm not too sure who she is boosting. Maybe she's boosting Sultra or... No, wait, I don't have exclusive trees, so she's not boosting anyone, obviously. But she's boosting people with the passive effect here. Let's see if we can manage to stay alive here. We don't have Penny here, so we don't have a speed buff, but we have the speed down on the boss from Elise, which is good. Like that. And Head is doing a lot of damage here. We also got some turn meter stuff from our Sultra S4 exclusive 4 now. I think that also helps on this boss here, and obviously Reyna is helping with healing and shielding. So I think this could be a consistent run here. Looks okay so far. We can also see her damage after the run. Just gonna pause it here because I think it's going to be a bit of a long match, because we don't really have any like nukers like Marie or something in this team. So I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, I'm back here and the boss is about to be done. You can see the boss has taken a lot of turns and he's actually becoming quite strong and almost nuking me a few times, but Reyna's auto passive has saved us a few times. Let's see the damage here. You can see her damage is, well, it's better than Elise, but it's way less than Reyna and all of the others. So damage wise, she's not really doing much, but she did help me complete this stage here. So let's see if we can actually auto it now with her. Let's just do a few runs here, 5 runs here. Okay, looks fantastic. Let's do all of 160 here. Alright guys, alright. So Nikki exclusive 0 with good gear and all of that stuff, you can definitely do faction Abyss 30 here. That is for sure, because this one here I could never have done before this match here. So I'm giving her a 10 out of 10 here in faction Abyss, helping people here. Even if her passive is not working correctly, I don't know, to be honest, we'll test that in another video. But then this one here definitely helps, and it should be possible to do faction Abyss 30 now with a team like this. And there's some decent gear on Nikki, okay? So that is great, fantastic work here at exclusive 0. I like that. Very nice. Now she can farm her own runes for herself and her aura. Alright, let's see what else content we have. Alright guys, so guys, I've decided that the video is becoming too long, and it is better for me to just do another video showing some more gameplay here, because otherwise it's just going to take like an hour and nobody was gonna watch that anyways. Most of you guys probably already fallen off, but if you are still here at the end of this video, I want to thank you for staying with me in this video here. I'm sorry it became very long, but we also had a lot of things to talk about, and one of the videos coming up will be testing her passive and her echo. Is it working, is it not working, what is bugged about her, and then I'll also show a bit more gameplay here from some stuff. I just need to test a bit, and then we'll see. Okay guys, anyways guys, this is exclusive 0 Nikki. Thank you for watching, have a nice evening, bye.